Have you ever met someone and felt an immediate bond, like you've known them your whole life? The spark feels magical, like destiny finally decided to smile on you. But psychology tells a different story. That connection isn't random, it's a reflection. What you feel isn't necessarily love at first sight, but recognition. We are drawn to familiarity, even when we can't consciously explain it. When someone mirrors your gestures, tone, or emotional responses, your subconscious mind interprets it as trust and safety. You think, they get me, when in reality, they're reflecting you back at yourself. This is called the mirror effect, a powerful psychological phenomenon where we're attracted to people who resemble our own emotional patterns, wounds, and ways of being. Whether it's a new friend or a romantic partner, that mirroring creates emotional resonance. It feels effortless, smooth, and deep. But here's the twist. It's not about who they are, but who you see in them. That's why, when the illusion fades, the relationship can suddenly feel empty or confusing. You weren't falling for them. You were falling for your own reflection in their eyes. Mirroring is one of the oldest social bonding mechanisms in human evolution. From infancy, we learn connection by imitation. A baby smiles when its mother smiles. A child copies their father's gestures. It's how we learn empathy and belonging. As adults, this instinct stays alive beneath our awareness. When we meet someone who unconsciously mirrors our tone, body language, or even our emotional intensity, our brain floods with oxytocin, the bonding hormone. We feel understood and validated. Manipulators often use this to their advantage. It's a tactic known as strategic mirroring. They reflect your interests, humor, and rhythm to gain trust fast. But when it's natural and mutual, mirroring is the foundation of genuine intimacy. In romantic attraction, mirroring acts like an invisible thread, tying two people through emotional synchrony. It's why conversations feel effortless and time seems to disappear. You're not just connecting, you're synchronizing. Yet, this same psychology can trap us, because if we only fall for reflections of ourselves, we risk mistaking similarity for compatibility. And that, as we'll explore next, can become a dangerous illusion. Attraction isn't always about pleasure. Often, it's about familiarity. We gravitate toward what feels known, even when it hurts. This is where the mirror becomes a window into our past. Psychologists call it repetition compulsion, the unconscious drive to recreate emotional patterns from childhood in adult relationships. If we grew up feeling unseen, we might be drawn to people who are distant, hoping this time we'll finally be recognized. That instant connection you feel might actually be your nervous system saying, I know this feeling. Not because it's right, but because it's familiar. The mirror effect doesn't just reflect your personality. It echoes your emotional wounds. When someone mirrors your trauma, you feel chemistry, but that chemistry can be confusion disguised as comfort. We don't fall for people who are good for us. We often fall for people who make us feel like home, even if home was chaotic, unpredictable, or painful. Until you recognize that, you'll keep meeting versions of your past, each one wearing a new face. We don't see people as they are. We see them as we are. That's the essence of emotional projection. When we meet someone, our mind paints them with colors drawn from our own emotions, needs, and memories. If we're lonely, we project warmth onto someone who simply listens. If we crave validation, we project admiration onto someone who pays attention. They become the canvas for our inner world. The mirror effect thrives on projection. You're not falling for who they are. You're falling for the story you've created about them. You fill in the blanks with hope and idealization. That's why relationships often shift dramatically once you truly get to know the person. The projection fades and reality appears, sometimes beautifully, sometimes brutally. To break this cycle, you must become aware of what you're projecting. Ask yourself, Do I love them? Or do I love how they make me feel about myself? The answer often reveals whether your connection is real or just a reflection of what you long to find within. The mirror effect connects deeply with attachment theory, the blueprint for how we bond with others, shaped in early childhood. People with anxious attachment may feel intense attraction to partners who reflect their fears of abandonment. The push and pull feels thrilling yet terrifying. Those with avoidant attachment might find comfort in partners who mirror emotional distance, keeping intimacy at bay. The pattern repeats. We unconsciously choose mirrors that confirm our beliefs about love. If love once meant inconsistency, we'll chase uncertainty. If love meant control, we'll find comfort in power struggles. Mirroring in attachment is like dancing with your emotional reflection. It can teach you where your wounds lie. Every person who mirrors your triggers is an opportunity to see your past playing out in the present. Healing begins when you stop seeing these patterns as fate and start recognizing them as feedback. The mirror effect isn't your enemy. It's a teacher showing you what still needs light. There's a darker side to the mirror effect, especially in relationships with narcissists. A narcissist is a master of reflection. At first, they mirror your values, your humor, even your dreams. You feel deeply seen, almost too perfectly. But this isn't connection. It's calculated mimicry. Their goal is to create dependency, to make you feel that no one understands you like they do. Once you're emotionally invested, the mask slips. The same mirror that made you feel special now distorts you. You begin to question your reality, wondering where the person you fell for went. This is gaslighting, a manipulation tactic that replaces reflection with projection, making you doubt your worth. In these relationships, you're not looking at your true reflection. You're staring into a mirror that changes shape to control you. Recognizing this shift is key. If the reflection once made you feel seen, but now makes you feel small, step back. The mirror effect can reveal truth or disguise deception. Knowing the difference saves your sanity. Beyond psychology, neuroscience explains how mirroring works on a biological level. When you observe someone smiling, laughing, or even moving, your mirror neurons activate, brain cells that simulate the same action internally. They help you empathize and synchronize emotionally. In attraction, these neurons fire rapidly, creating the illusion of emotional alignment. Your heartbeats, tone, and breathing subtly match. This empathic resonance feels like destiny, but it's really a beautifully orchestrated neurological dance. It's why falling in love feels effortless. Your brains are literally syncing. But when that synchronization breaks through conflict, distance, or change, the chemistry fades. The mirror effect reminds us that love isn't just emotional, it's biological. We are wired to seek resonance. Yet true connection demands more than mirrored neurons. It requires authenticity, patience, and emotional depth. Mirroring may ignite attraction, but it's shared vulnerability that sustains it. What happens when the mirror shatters? When the person you adored suddenly feels like a stranger? Disillusionment sets in because the projection collapses. You start seeing them for who they are, not who your mind painted them to be. This stage can be painful. It feels like losing love, but often you're losing illusion. The mirror effect ends when reality interrupts fantasy. Some people grow beyond it, building real intimacy through understanding, not reflection. Others chase the next mirror, seeking that familiar spark again and again. If you've ever said, "They changed," perhaps they didn't. Perhaps your reflection simply disappeared. The challenge is to hold on, not to the mirror, but to your own clarity. Love becomes real when you no longer need the reflection to feel whole. The most powerful way to escape the mirror effect is to become your own mirror. Every person who enters your life shows you something about yourself. your insecurities, your strengths, your desires. Instead of blaming the reflection, study it. Ask, what part of me is being mirrored right now? Self-awareness turns painful patterns into profound insight. When you understand your emotional blueprint, you stop chasing reflections that harm you. Meditation, journaling, and therapy help uncover these projections. The more you integrate your shadow, the unhealed parts of you, the less you need others to reflect it. The goal isn't to stop falling in love. It's to fall consciously, aware of what's yours and what's theirs. Because when you see clearly, connection transforms from illusion into truth. True love begins where mirroring ends. When two people meet not as reflections but as realities, flawed, evolving, authentic, connection deepens into something lasting. The mirror effect teaches us that attraction isn't about finding your other half. It's about recognizing your whole self through another. When you meet someone who doesn't just reflect your best parts, but challenges your blind spots, that's when growth begins. Real love isn't a perfect reflection. It's a shared evolution. You don't fall for them. You fall with them. Into awareness, vulnerability, and truth. So, the next time you feel that spark of instant connection, pause. Look closer. Ask yourself, is this fate, or is it my reflection calling? Because understanding that difference might just save you from falling into the same mirror twice. Before you look for love in someone else, look into the mirror first. Because what we chase in others is often what we haven't yet found within. If this video helped you understand the psychology of attraction, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs this mirror moment. Subscribe to the Pulsora Psyche for weekly deep dives into the hidden layers of the human mind.